Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 262 of Psykos Platters. Always powered by coffee each and every time. This episode will be part 2 of the tribute to Jessica Pease, my belated wife who passed away January 28th. Part 1, like I said, I brought out a bunch of shirts and told concert stories and other music type stories. I'm going to sort of do the same thing, but I'm going to extend it a little bit more to some CD and some vinyl even. Just random stuff. I will end up doing more tribute videos down the line, but like I said, after this part I'll probably take a break from that and do some regular videos, but I'll probably end up having at least 1 to 2 more videos of this type of nature down the line, okay? So, let's see here. Found a couple shirts. Eagles tour shirt. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is there was 2 concerts that I always was jealous that she got to go to and I didn't. The Eagles was the first one, actually. But then again, we didn't know each other yet. This was in 2007. The Eagles came down here to Northwest Arkansas and performed for the Walmart shareholders. She worked for Walmart for a handful of years, and she got to see the Don Henley, Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh, Tim Schmidt lineup. Felder wasn't there anymore. She said it was one of the best shows she ever saw, and I always was kind of jealous about that. She got to see that. I came down here like a week and a half to 2 weeks after that concert happened to work for Walmart down here. So I missed it by that much. That's what I did. Excuse me. But and then the other one that I was jealous about was the Foo Fighters. She got to see the Foo Fighters when they came to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Now, she didn't get to go see Allman Brothers, but she loved the Allmans. She, in fact, was named after an Allman Brothers song that her mother liked, for Jessica, which I thought was kind of neat. She always liked the Allmans. I don't know if I met her at the time or not. When I went to go attempt to see the Allman Brothers, which I've mentioned that story before, and I'm not going to bore you again with details. I still didn't get to see the Allmans, so I was kind of pissed about that. But she always loved the Allman Brothers, and that was another one of her favorite Southern bands. Let's see here. How about some CDs? Cake. She liked Cake. She got me turned on to Cake. I thought Cake was pretty interesting. I liked, of course, Going the Distance, Short Skirt, Long Jacket. That one song, something about lambs go to heaven, goats go to hell. I don't remember the name of the title, but I mean, I know a handful of the tunes too. So, but Cake was one. Let's see. Collective Soul was another. She loved Collective Soul. I got to meet Collective Soul about, I think it was like 2007, 2008, and before I met her. And Collective Soul she always liked. She was I wish I could find the Oasis CDs, but she was a big Oasis fan. In fact, I bought the Liam solo CD for her. Actually, she never got a chance to listen to it. We got it like in the last couple weeks of her life. I'm gonna probably give it a spin, but she loved Oasis. One that really surprised me, Elle King. Elle King, several different VCers have brought up Elle King. And I will be bringing up Elle King because she got me turned on to Elle King. Elle King performed here in my town. Real cheap show, too, at the amphitheater. Very surprised. And I got 8th row center that night for her. She was like giggly like a schoolgirl. She always was when it came to her favorite bands. But Elle King put on a show, and I did put a mystery clip up of Elle King from when we went and saw her. It's on the channel. She did an Aretha Franklin cover as the encore, and it blew my mind. She did this Janis Joplin-like wail towards the end of that song. I'm like, oh my God, you know. So this one here is not just X's and O's. She surprises you. She also has a great band behind her, and she pulls out a banjo and ends up knowing how to play that. FYI, Elle King is the daughter of actor Rob Schneider. That's right, yes. Mr. Looking Good, or all those other things. Yeah, I didn't know that. She liked her comedy like I liked comedy. And we used to listen a lot to Bob and Tom, back when Bob and Tom were good. I got to meet some of the comedians one time that were on the Bob and Tom tour. Of course, unfortunately, I don't even know if the radio show's still going. They stopped it in 2018 down here. And last thing I knew, it was down to, well, Bob retired. It was the Tom and Chick show, and then Christy Lee came back after being gone for a while too. So I don't know. Like I said, I know the ratings went down and they killed it, but I listened to them for about a good decade in the mornings. That was one of the things I'd laugh about. We and her would listen to it sometimes, and every time I'd find CDs, because they're not exactly that easy for me to find down here, but I'd grab them up and we'd have a few laughs. Okay, one of the bands that she hated. Oh boy. But there's a story behind this, as there always is. In 2009, it was maybe one of our first dates, actually. Yeah, I think this was actually one of the first concerts we ever went to, too. The local Harley Davidson down here had a 1 year... no, wait a minute, was it a 1 year birthday anniversary concert? Or it could have been a grand opening concert, I can't remember. I have a flyer for it somewhere around here. And the opening act was Anthony Gomez's new band, Space Age Cowboys. It was a power trio, awesome band. She liked them too, awesome. I previously seen Anthony Gomez years ago. He performed in Chicagoland. I got to see him. So I was very surprised that they brought him in. That was like awesome. And then the headliner was why I came there. I didn't even know that Gomez was going to be there. That was the added bonus for me. Black Oak, Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. She hated Black Oak, Arkansas. That day in the late summer of '09 was not really a good day for everybody around. I didn't know at the time, and I kind of feel bad. She was sick. She got sick at the show. I didn't know that. She did not tell me. She didn't clue me in. Sometimes I'm really good at picking up on this stuff, and sometimes I'm not. It's not intentional. And I wasn't feeling that good entirely either, on a different reason. And so needless to say, you know, we get through the concert. I think it was an hour, maybe 75-minute show. And she was in and out of the concert. I just thought she was talking to friends, honestly. I didn't know she was getting sick. And but like a trooper, you know, without even telling me, she put up with my nonsense for meeting Jim Dandy and Ricky Lee Reynolds afterwards, getting a picture with Jim Dandy, and getting half a dozen of my albums signed. And then we left, and I ended up getting sick too, unfortunately. It turned out I ended up having the, it wasn't the swine flu, they said. It was whatever that big flu was in that year. But it was a lot of symptoms pretty close to it. I think she maybe had the same thing too and didn't realize it. And I'm just like, wow, you know. Because if I knew she was sick, I would have never stayed for that concert. I would have said, it's just a concert. It's just a concert. Let's go home. You're not feeling good. But she never let on, so I kind of feel bad about that. But needless to say, she did not really care for this band at all. And there's a little running gag around this part of the house here, that when the carnival comes to town, because it does 3 to 4 times a year, She hated the carnies. Oh my God, there were some personal stories in regards to the carnies that used to visit the bar across from the carnival. It was one of her favorite hangouts. It was a place that's no longer there called the Bayou. And the Bayou had a lot of interesting bands come through. It was a small-ass bar. One of the final shows we saw before they shut it down was bluesman Bernard Allison, which that one was awesome. Just got to talk to him and the band too, for different reasons though. And so the carnies would come over when she would be there drinking with her friends, and the carnies would always give her grief. So she told me that story once, and so I came back with this one. I'm like, "Hey baby," this would be a bad imitation of the carnies. Be like, "Hey baby, why don't you come back over to my double wide trailer over at the carnival, and I'll go off and play us some baby making music." And then he'd pretend to put a record needle on the record player, and the thing you heard right off the bat as he was trying to be sexy was, "Jim Daddy to the rescue, Jim Daddy." And she would give me one of the dirtiest looks every time. I didn't do it all the time, but every time. So Black Oak, Arkansas, not one of her favorites, I'll tell you that. I got another band I know that she hated. Maybe I'll get to that next year. Yeah. Hated REO Speedwagon. Oh, she hated REO Speedwagon. And, you know, I kind of get it. Okay, she was 40. She was born in 78. The 90s were her thing. I mean, she liked some classic rock, but she hated REO Speedwagon. She told me that when we went to go to a free Walmart concert, was REO Speedwagon opened and Bare Naked Ladies closed it. And I'm like, that order's fucked up. It should have been the other way around. She wanted to go see Bare Naked Ladies. I wanted to go see REO. So we kind of end up finding each of us a band that we liked. So like I said, REO opened up. She suffered through that, she said. The show was okay. It wasn't great. But I'm glad I got to see him, considering, you know, former Illinois boy here. And then the thing is that they had a quick intermission. And I would say 50 to 60% of the audience left. There was barely an audience for Bare Naked Ladies. Seriously. I'd say maybe 100 or 200 people. I'm not kidding. And I'm like, there was that. When REO was on, I would say the arena was half full. So a couple thousand. So I went from a couple thousand to about 200 people. But Bare Naked Ladies put on an alright show too. But she hated REO Speedwagon. You know, I told her, I kept telling her, you know, can't fight this feeling anymore. Alright. She loved the Runaways. Yeah, she loved the Runaways. She saw that movie with me too. She really got a kick out of that. And she also liked Joan Jett too. But of course her favorite Runaway song was Cherry Bomb. Yes. That's my favorite song too, actually. She couldn't stand Lita Ford. Lita's okay, but I'd rather see Joan. Yes. The Cure. Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. This was actually the first vinyl album I ever gave her. She did not have a record player. I said, we'll rectify that. But I found this for $1 at a Salvation Army, mid-condition, never been played. Cure was her favorite band. And you want to know something? When I gave her this album, I just could tell by the look on her face, I must have done something right. She got some twinkle in her eye, and, well, a little while later you know, yay vinyl and me. My wife put up with so much. Misfits. She actually really dug the Misfits. I didn't have a chance to find too much Misfits. And I think we were going to go and see them at George's. It was, Doyle and one of the other members. So half the Misfits were in the Misfits. If that makes any sense. And I can't remember what happened, but we weren't able to go to the gig. for the Misfits. Alright, she was a big Stones fan. She liked the Rolling Stones, Mick and Keith. We were even considering possibly going to that I think it was No Filter tour, 2019, Soldier Field in Chicago. I know, long shot, but she never got to come up to Chicagoland, and I was going to make part of that a summer excursion. I'd still like to do it. I've never seen the Stones. 2 more albums I gave her after that Cure. I gave her the London production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. She loves the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This originally came out in 1973, but no, it's not an original. There's a barcode on the cover. But still, she really got tickled as shit on this for me finding this. And so did her friends, too, because they're so used to the other one I showed a couple episodes ago. They never saw this. And as you could see, Tim Curry was even in the London production of this. So he carried himself very through on that. This last one, I found it at Goodwill. Found it at Goodwill for like $1. I was doing a trip. I had to go do some errands. She loved her Care Bears. I'm telling you, she loved her Care Bears. As you people that watched older episodes of my show before I moved into this place, and some people said the dreaded Care Bear curtains, but some people actually liked those damn curtains. I did that on purpose. She wanted the curtains put up in that office. That was the office I would shoot the videos. And I'm like, I didn't give a crap. I didn't give a crap what was behind me. I just thought it was funny. So, some of you guys took the joke and did it very well. But she really liked her Care Bears. And this is a picture disc. It's a kid's phono picture disc. This is the other side of it too. The thing is with this picture disc, and I haven't listened to it. Maybe some of you people know this, and maybe some of you don't. These were done in the 80s. This one here is, oh good lord, where is it? I want to say 85, 86 is this picture disc, okay? All the songs are written and performed by Flo and Eddie. Yeah, that's right. Flo and Eddie from the Turtles and Frank Zappa did this Care Bear picture disc soundtrack. I haven't listened to it. And I'm told they did a couple albums of Care Bear stuff. And if I also remember correctly, I want to say it was the Care Bear movie. John Sebastian from Love and Spoonful does a couple tracks. So you know what? If they're cool enough to do Care Bears, screw everybody else that don't like them. So, Care Bear picture disc. I also ended up finding her it was a mint condition 45. I don't know what was on it. I found it with the picture sleeve. You got it as a giveaway in '86 for Try a Minute cough syrup. Remember that cough syrup? But I found her the Care Bear 45 for like 50 cents. She was all happy as hell about that. So I want to tell you that after the day of the funeral, which was a beautiful service, I found what I thought was a mixtape that she did. I never saw this tape before. I found it in a desk drawer, and I'm like, I was happy as all hell because I barely have anything with my wife's voice on it. I have a 7-second clip. That's it. That is all I have, unless I can fix the other sound chip. And I might get another 7 seconds. But I have 7 seconds of her voice, and that's it. Well, my friend Doug Fields, we ran it through his tape deck because his is better than mine, and I didn't want to wreck it, to discover there's nothing on this tape. It's empty. Although there was some stop-starts, you could hear it. This mixtape, though, ended up being, unfortunately, nothing. Depressed me. I hope maybe I can find something around here I don't know about. And then she used to make me gifts from time to time. And I know you don't know what this is, but 10 years ago, I feel bad. I recently rediscovered this. And I started kind of crying when I saw this book. She, I know you can't see because of the small writing. It's actually a cookbook. She gave me this in Christmas of '09. And hand wrote everything. I don't know how long this took. But she hand wrote this book, that thick, and gave it to me on Christmas of 2009. And I thought it was awesome. I cooked a few recipes out of this book. And then somehow the book disappeared. I know that made her upset. It wasn't intentional. I don't know where the book went. And I did try to look for it. And then, not too long ago, before she passed, I found it again. So, I'm planning on cooking at least a few more recipes out of this book. And I'm going to invite friends and family, and I'm going to go, guess what? These are some of Jessica's recipes. And we're going to do that. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but like I said, you know, my wife and I we would have been married 5 years in October. Even though we knew each other for 10, maybe a little more than 10. She means a lot to me. And she helped to make me childlike in her wonder. I still get happy moments. I'm just majorly sad because she's not here. I feel empty and alone. I'm not alone, okay? I actually got kids and grandkids and other people here. So I'm not alone in the house. And I know that I have people depending on me. It's just, in one aspect, I still am alone. Do you get what I'm saying? Hopefully time will heal all of this to its best. It never goes away, I know that. They say the first year is the worst. But I miss Jessica Lynn. She was a beautiful person. She's still a beautiful person. I'm going to shut up for now, though. We will be back to regular programming, at least for a few episodes, starting next episode. I really love you guys. I appreciate your patience and time to take the time out to watch these things. I'm slowly getting on the mend. Okay, guys? You take care. God bless. Rock on. And tell your friends and enemies about Psykos Platters. We're getting to 600 again. Real close, guys. We'll have a contest. Take care. Rock on.